other karma. Some karma in this life, another set of karma in another life, until they turn into a human being. So we should. The masses master gives that why you are talking of this principle. You are saying that I have to act, I have to grab this opportunity because this body is going to, should grab this opportunity. It should not live in tamasic and rajasic guna. So then only the what is the past karma results. We have to continue that journey. But when we are grabbing that opportunity, we should grab that opportunity. We should grab that opportunity as a nitya karma, not with an idea of ego. See one more example and then we will start our practice. All experiences takes place in the mind. I experience the pleasure, I experience the pain. Both experiences takes place in the mind. But because the mind is attached to the pleasure, so it creates a likes. Mind is detached with the pain, so it wants to escape from the pain, it wants to grab the pleasure. Clear? That is one way to see it. Now, what happens? Because mind is running after the pleasure and it wants to escape the pain, conflict is already there. We have a silent level of a stress every day, every hour, every week, and that continues throughout our life, and we die. We just die in ignorance. No, then what is the way? The way is to use the intellect. Intellect says mind has an experience which is common, whether you experience the pleasure or whether you experience the pain. Before you run after the pleasure, understand the very pleasure. Before you escape the pain, understand the pain. I lost $1,000, I have a pain. I got $10,000, I have a pleasure. Dollar does not change. No, but what should we do? We have been doing it at the physical level. See the beauty of the wisdom. We are doing at the physical level, yes. It's very cold outside. You don't fight with the cold. You wear the coat and the sweater and the cardigan and you put on and then you are walking freely. You have a heat, you switch on the AC. You don't fight with it. But at the mental and emotional level, in these situations, we fight with the pain and we welcome the pleasure. It creates a delusion. That is what the delusion is. Pain is there, okay. Pain has come, it will go. Pleasure has come, it will go. Pleasure has come, it has to go because pleasure comes always in contact with the sense organ and the object. So as long as the feeling of that contact is there with an object, feeling of the food, I enjoy the pleasure. Pleasure will dissolve. Same thing with the pain. As long as the object, sense organ, and the mind are in contact, the pain will continue. but it has to go. No object can remain forever in touch with any sense organ in the mind. Pain is also. So if I take experience as it is, any experience, first thing, if I, that is the first message. If I take experience as it is, what it means? That I don't allow the mind to create strong likes and dislikes with reference to the pain and the pleasure, hate and the love, profit and the loss, etc., etc., all those dualities. That is the first thing. Now I am taking care of the pain. What should we do? I find the cause and effect. I am not getting carried away by struggling with the pain. So I don't struggle with it. I maintain that awareness. Can I add something more? When I'm not getting carried away, neither by the pain or pleasure, this is known as the witness consciousness. This witness consciousness lives in the intellect. You open the topic, so I had something to say. You see that? This is known as the witness consciousness. Since I was gifted this smart watch and I started looking into it, I'm also a tech savvy, I want to know more about it. So 3 to 4 years ago, I said, okay, let me put an app of sleep. So every day I was watching 4 years ago, 40%, 60%, 90%. So when I saw 90% and I saw that the whole day the body remained relaxed and calm. So I got an idea. I said, whenever I wake up, the first thing that I will see that my relaxation score should be 75 or more than 75. Okay, so how to do it? So I designed a program for myself, hardly 3 postures based on my physical uh, level. I checked it. It is 50% today, but I feel relaxed. I said, no, I will not stop. So I incorporated 1.5 hours of meditation, relaxation postures. After that, I sit in meditation. So almost it goes to about 2.5 to 3 hours every day. Every day I check it is should be 75 and more than 75. So I'm not attached to the pleasure, I'm not attached to the pain. My intellect said, okay, let me increase it. And then I realized that if I do, say, for example, the lotus pose and I bend forward and I do the deep, silent, slow breathing, I started with 15 minutes of doing that posture. And I observed the watch again. Oh, from 50 it rose to 60%. I said, now I got the clue. I got the clue. So it means in every posture, if I continue with the deep, silent, and slow breathing, let me check where the stiffness is. So, one backward bending posture, I do it for 30 minutes every day. Aging process, you have muscular stiffness. So, normally, after doing for half an hour with the deep breathing, I get a score of almost 75 to 80%. I said, I'm done. Now let me sit into meditation. Otherwise, what happens? You wake up in the morning, you are physically tired, your mind says, don't practice meditation today. Let us have a cup of coffee first. And cup of coffee stimulant. It gives you a short term relaxation, but the fatigue level continues throughout the day. And since then, I feel, oh, what a great idea with this technology. And still, today's score was 78. Before I did those practices, the score was 62 or 63. So now I understood that how to work on the body, breath, mind to increase the score of. Is 75-80% means that body is totally relaxed and body has a deep sleep. So the smartwatch get a fake understanding, but it is a real understanding. Smartwatch gets an idea that he is sleeping, but I'm doing a deep breathing, and that too in a particular posture. So first 5 minutes I get a lot of stretching, but after 5 minutes I find, oh, the body has acclimatized, the muscular relaxation is there, flexibility is there, and 75 to 80%. So I applied the same principle that intellect finds the cause and effect. Intellect says experience is common, whether it is a pain or pleasure. But because of the impulsive and the habitual mind, because of the impure states of the mind, do you still remember? Because of the vasana, imagined pain and the pleasure. So basically, that pain and the pleasure is imagined based on my strong likes and dislikes. So, am I exhausting those past karma which causes the suffering? The answer is yes. And when I practice meditation, the score shoots up again. The watch is thinking that this guy is sleeping. So I found the utility of this wonderful. And it analyzes it sends you the weekly report of your sleep pattern. So even if you have some genetic or other disposition in the body, that very deeper state of relaxation changes your autonomic nervous system, to say it scientifically. So you have a parasympathetic dominance. So I also see that, I had then later on, after 2 years, I got another idea. Oh, let me check my pulse rate. So the pulse rate also goes down. It becomes 65 or 70 or sometime. When it is a very deeper 90 score, then it goes to 60. Message is very clear of our masters that intellect should take over the mind, mind should not take over the intellect. Why? The intellect has a free will choice, it has a knowledge, it has an understanding. And it becomes very easy for me even to speak for 5 hours and 6 hours. There is no issue. So we started with pain, pleasure, likes, dislikes, profit and the loss, victory and the defeat. Impulsive mind, emotional mind, unconscious habitual mind perceives these dualities which belongs to the world differently, and it has come by default. It isn't purely an unconscious impulsive process. You touch an ant, it will run in the opposite direction. It is impulsive in nature. Master says, change your impulsive nature. Don't get carried away by the mind. So when you don't get carried away by the mind does not dictate over the intellect. And if it does not dictate over the intellect, is always aware in the field of the self-awareness to take care of you. That is the meaning also moving from ignorance to wisdom. Some people join and they say, no, my routine, I want hallucinative. No, they don't say hallucinative. They say, I want, a grand vision of the realization. I said, I don't have any grand vision of the realization. Did you understand that? So I told that guy, am I speaking? Can you say that consciousness is there? That is why I'm speaking. Oh, he said yes. I said, you said yes because you are listening. So consciousness is there also. Consciousness is here. Consciousness is there. Do you agree? Oh, yes, I agree. Very good. I'm not speaking now for a minute. Consciousness is there or not? Yes, it is there. You're not listening. Consciousness is there or not? He said, yes, it is there because I'm aware. Is this consciousness or not all pervading? Yes, it is all pervading. Tell me, what is the color of this consciousness? What is the vision of this consciousness? Think. I have to contemplate it. So you see me as a beer guy, and I see you as a person. That is ignorance. You don't need those grand vision and colors. Conscious real self is here and now. When I say the real self is all pervading, it does not mean that it should have a bright red or yellow color. Did you understand that? Look at it. It is here and now. What proof you need that it is not all pervading? It is beyond action. It is in the action but not the action. I'm speaking, consciousness is there, so it is in the speaking but not the speaking. It is in the listening but not the listening. Because if consciousness is not present in the listening, forget about it. Forget, you cannot listen. I cannot speak. I asked him that, can you tell me that is it not all pervading? Yes, it is all pervading. So I see you want to have a dream experience of real self, which is not possible. That is not my cup of tea. All imaginative experiences, it happens in the subtle mind. I'm not interested in that. Now I had done 2 sessions. I said, enjoy that, think that you have done free. I'm okay. I have other people to pay for me, so I'm okay. Please enjoy. So when you find the real self of violet color, of red color, of other colors, please guide me. I'll be your student. Why you are saying? I said the violet color you see today in your meditation, once you return from the meditation, does the violet color is maintained in the mind? No. I said, then how can you say it is the real self? How can you say it is the real self? But he did not have anything because his mind is so much impure. He is bent upon having those experiences. I said, please continue. At least you are not going to the bar, you are looking for these visions. So that may help you in the near future. If you awaken to the intellect, if you understand the cause and effect. If science follows the cause and effect relationship, why don't I follow the cause and effect relationship? Even in the spirituality. And those people, 99% of the people don't follow this cause and effect relationship. And then they fall back. And then, after 10, 15 years of delusion and ignorance, they say there is nothing in the spirituality, there is nothing in the Eastern wisdom. But because of you, you have followed the wrong path, wrong approach. But how it is clear? By satsang, constant listening and learning topic, and you contemplate and reflect, and then you realize, oh yes. Now see, I gave you such a simple example. Is the consciousness not all pervading? Yes, it is all pervading. So my mind should focus there. What is that consciousness which is all pervading? Speaking, not speaking, listening, not speaking, listening and not listening. It is here and now. You cannot ignore it. Now I will ignore. So the very word sentence you made, I ignore. You are still conscious. Oh, that is why we say the real self is all pervading. It is here and now. But it is not the speaking, it is in the speaking. It is not in the not speaking. It is not the not speaking, but it is present in the not speaking. Even if you say that I am ignoring you, consciousness is there. Even if you say I don't know the real self, the consciousness is there. So you are making yourself fool. See, I want to refer now, combine this with our daily working. The body is the result of all the karma, the prarabdha karma, and those karma needs to be exhausted here. And the moment I recognize that consciousness, in all my activities, nitya karma is natural. And then why we say that we have to we have to transcend the ego, we have to make the mind pure. This knowledge of the real self only stays in the purity of the mind. That is the simple answer. Simplest answer I'm giving. If you don't purify the mind, you can still go into a hardcore kundalini meditation, lot of breathing, imagination, duality, chakras, etc., etc. So during the practice of meditation, you will have that experience, no doubt about it. But once you return, all those impurities will take over your thought, your speech, your action, your behavior, your attitude. The knowledge will not stay there. You see, that is why we are purifying the mind. There is no other reason.
They're waiting for you on the bank of the Ganga.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you are
yeah.
swimming.
It is the same thing. Yes, yes, you rightly reminded that yes, they are waiting. Once you come out and they enter into. Once you come out of the meditation, I have lot of pain. I experienced the joy, but now I have lot of pain. So I'm attached to the body. I have no energy now. I'm attached to the pranamaya kosha. You see, the five koshas are five layers of experiences, nothing more than that. It's a model that helps me to recognize that this is not me. Simple way. Fear of birth and death. You rightly said, fear of birth and death. So what is created will have birth and the death. What is uncreated, which is real self, will have no birth and death. Find out where this I is standing. I is standing in the body after the meditation. How in meditation I was beyond the birth and death, but now I am scared of the birth and death. So that is why our master says, understand these five koshas. Not five koshas as such, with a reference to the experiences attained by the mind in ignorance and experience in the knowledge. So my intellect says whatever is created will have birth into the death. What about the body? Body is created. Second nature, the body has a continuous nature of growth. It reaches to a maturity, it reaches to old age, and one day it will leave. Oh, that's very good. Let us go deeper. So, what the body is composed of five elements. My master used to say that this body is made up from the world outside. Whatever you eat from the outside, the body is made up of. Can you tell me anything that you see, feel, and experience in the world continues to retain its identity all the time? It changes name and the form. So there is a birth and death of what you eat. Hence, what you eat has a birth and death that sustains the body. The body will also continue to have birth and death. Why to worry about it? It follows its own course. It follows, yes, it follows its own course. You want to go deeper? Let us go deeper. uh, wheat, wheat, wheat with the skin. We put it into the store. We can keep that wheat for maybe 5 to 10 years if we protect it. Convert into wheat flour, hardly 6 months. Convert into bread, only a couple of weeks. We go to the store, we see, look at the expiry date. So we are eating what does not sustain even for few weeks. So if I live for 60, 70 years, it's a good thing. Look at it. You bring any food, you refrigerate, even after refrigeration, for a week or so. Oh, I didn't eat. It is old for 2 weeks. Let me throw it. Even after refrigeration. I'm eating that stuff which cannot sustain its identity even for more than 2 or 3 weeks, even if you put the milk. You cannot continue, you cannot use the milk after 6 months, even if it is put into the fridge. So you see that here we have Walmart and other big stores Costco. So they have put the expiry date, and on that expiry date, they throw it. And the poor people, they collect it. They throw it. But otherwise, you cannot have that kind of a reputation. The people will not come to you. No, but main thing from wheat, 5 years, 6 months wheat flour, a couple of weeks the bread, and certain bread that you cook it cannot remain for another 2 or 3 days, which are very tasty or full of pleasure. So whatever I am eating continues to decay. So I'm eating all the food that is decaying. In a certain period of time, body has birth and the death. So the more and more I reflect on it, I recognize that am I the body? Answer is no. So that consciousness seems to be detached or separate from how it separates. I know the knower and the known. So there the principle comes. Look at the second. I did not know. I had only 40 score. 40 score means that it is not the body, Annamaya Kosha, it is the Pranamaya Kosha. Energy level is less. Oh, so energy becomes less or more stimulant, it goes up and it goes down. Okay, so it is also changing. But what is a beautiful message our master gives? Life does not change. The manifestation of the life changes. Manifestation of that life is this body, that body, body of an ant, body of a lion and a tiger. But the life does not change. Because the body is changing, so I feel that my life is changing. So I take the life as if the body. No, the life, that is prana. That is the energy, life energy. That does not change, it remains constant. You may have 8 billion people or you have 1 billion people. The life has manifested in 1 billion people, the life has manifested in 10 billion people. Otherwise, the life as such does not change.
But consciousness is not prana.
Yeah, consciousness is, but the consciousness first manifested as prana, it is nearest to the prana, so it looks alike. So it means when the prana, what the prana demands, where the problem with the prana comes, hunger and thirst. I have lack of energy, so I want food. So because the food that we eat, it contains that. So in the body it assimilates and then it goes back into the pranamaya kosha. Third kosha, the manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha, pain and pleasure. I've already explained.
And prana needs space for manifestation.
Yeah. Prana needs space, prana needs form. Particular prana manifest in the ant, prana manifest in the plant, prana manifest in the lion, prana manifest in the mosquito. Prana is the same. Prana is it. How the prana manifests? Prana manifests through the body. It has to depend on the physical form, so that it gives an indication of hunger and thirst, so that I should put something into to sustain this body.
But our desire is change pattern of prana.
Yeah, that is what is the another part understood by Aurobindo. Prana, desire is the impurity of prana in the mind. But prana as such is unconscious, it is matter. So only the reflected consciousness, which is the mind, can recognize this is birth and death and this is hunger and thirst. You see the link is how beautifully understood and connected. So desire is the input. Desire for hunger is there. Where it is in the mind. But what it belongs to the prana. For what it belongs to the prana? Because the prana says body need that. So that is how these three are linked. So who recognizes the intellect and I-ness? Or I am the body, I am feeling hungry. And we lost consciousness. We lose the ultimate source of the consciousness. And then the fifth kosha, I only like this food, it gives me a pleasure. So the mind has taken over the intellect. And the fifth kosha, that is the current causal body, that is the ignorant body, becomes very active. And that creates a karma. And that is accumulated for my next birth. That is accumulated. So it means it is not only I'm exhausting, but because of the ignorance, because of the karma, I'm accumulating more karma which will be used in the next birth. So that is why the Buddha says the cycle of birth and the death must be broken. How? By purity of the mind, by getting rid of the ego, by not claiming I am the body, breath, mind, intellect, ego. To say it simply, it's very simple to say, but all these explanations are included in that. It's very simple to say this body is the result of the karma. So all those explanations have to be understood clearly why the body. So our Krishna says avidya kam karma. Beautiful way to say it. Avidya means ignorance, kam means desire, and karma means action. So if mind has a desire, then it has to perform the karma. But now the mind is living in ignorance and it thinks that I will eat pasta, it will give me a pleasure. That is definitely good that you get a pleasure. But you cannot bring an end to the pleasure by another pleasure. The mind silently created a greed. Oh, let us go to that restaurant. The food is very good. Past impression, you see. So it is any form of a pleasure, any form of gaining the pleasure, I lose my awareness. Any form of escaping the pain, I lose my awareness, and that creates a further desire to act on. I am acting on, so I act out of the unconsciousness, I act out of my ego, and ultimately it is accumulating more and more and more and more karma. That results into fatigue, anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict. How simple. But more we contemplate, any point of stress is there in my life, let me go deeper and let me see what it is. So I go to the source, which of these five koshas are involved, or all the koshas are involved, and there I attack with the knowledge, with an understanding, with an awareness. It is gone. You are free. So that needs to be done. I told you, knowledge will not stay in the mind if I live in ignorance. One, if I live with a binding desire, I'm qualifying the desire, kama, that will continue to push me to act. So once I have understood it, I got the clue. No, no, but how long I have to perform the karma? You need not to perform the karma. The master says all the karma and activities are done by the three gunas. How can you say by the three gunas? Can you sleep 24 hours? Answer is no. Tamasic guna leads to rajoguna. That is why you wake up. Uh, you are in stress, yes. How many? For how long? Oh, for the last 10 years. You are telling a lie. Because when you sleep, there is no stress. And at least, when you are talking to me at that present, you are calm. So it is satoguna. Oh, so it is the three gunas ruling these five koshas? The answer is yes, because all five koshas is matter, nothing more than that. Prakriti. It is not a purusha. Oh, really? Yes. You cannot sleep for 24 hours. You cannot remain awake 24 hours. You cannot dream for 24 hours. So, who changes this? You not. You don't know. In deep sleep, you are not conscious. No, and let me wake up now. No, you can train the mind. That's a different thing. So just look at all our activities, all the different states is guided and ruled by the three gunas, the satoguna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. Look at it clearly. My speaking to you, rajo and satoguna, because because I'm focused, I'm talking of a particular concept, but satoguna, in order to express that knowledge, it has to make the rajoguna active. But in the presence of the rajoguna, if the body continues to stay in tamoguna, then there will be a better expression. Otherwise, if I'm jumping and talking to you, no, that is not good. That will not help me to explain, because even the words will not. Oh, so all the three gunas are always active? Yes, in different proportion. All the time. Oh, it is, yes, all the time. We are just trying to understand body is the result of the past karma. And if I continue to engage myself with an impure mind, with an egoistic mind, explaining the profit, loss, victory, defeat, pain, pleasure, likes, dislikes, sorrow, happiness, it means my I-ness is active in every desire, and that will accumulate more karma, which will definitely result into the next life. But in the present life, I'm keeping the mind impure. I have to go a little deeper. Victory, defeat, very good. Both are experience. Experience is one. My mind translates good experience, bad experience, painful, pleasurable, likes, I like and dislike. So I have like and dislike, I have pain and the pleasure, I have profit and the loss. All the three multiply together. Accordingly, so the behavior and attitude also changes. Behavior. So my behavior and attitude changes, and then that behavior and attitude is expressed in ignorance, binding desire, and the karma. I go back again to the same karma. I am accumulating the karma in the present life, which will give me the next birth. So our Krishna says, avidya, kam, and karma. What is ignorance? I don't know that I am the real self. Because I don't know I'm the real self, and hence I feel that I'm incomplete in myself. I'm not the whole. Because I feel I'm incomplete in myself, I look outside the world. So I will eat pasta, I will be complete. I will have this car, I will be complete. I will buy this, I'll be complete. I'll have more money. You see, I'm giving you a brief. So what happened? Sense of incompleteness makes me run in the world to acquire, to possess, to experience the sense of wholeness. Nothing in the world can give me the sense of wholeness. Nothing can give me. My mind is still wanting a cup of coffee. So I instantly recognize, I realize, I become aware. But this is not going to give me a wholeness because it is a stimulant. It stimulates certain nerves, that is the prana, which blocks my sadness, or for a while. After an hour, we go back to the same state. Oh, yes, that is true. So, what should I do? I should recognize it. When I recognize, then what happens? There is a discernment and dispassion. Then what happens? The mind is not dictating the intellect. So next time I'm taking a coffee for the sake of taking it, not for the sake of avidya, ignorance. The last question, it has come up to my mind. So that is also very important to understand. Say that we have reached to that state of so-called awakening or enlightenment. One guy asked me. So then after that I can leave everything of all the practices. I said answer is yes, but answer my question. After the enlightenment, don't you go to the restroom? Don't you take a bath? To how you have a foul smell on the body and you don't take a bath? Yes, I take bath. I go to the restroom. Don't you eat the food? Yes. I said, when you are doing such a stupid thing, so why don't you continue the practice? Is going to the restroom is such a great job, then continue the practice of meditation. Now you have more time. You don't have any kind of a stress. So you can absorb yourself easily. Previously, it used to take 5 hours of meditation. Now it is happening in only 1 hour. What exactly you want to say to me? Do you want to say that this realization is $10 million you already have in the bank and then you stop doing any work? Really, can you really stop doing any work? Your mind will jump with those $10 million. You will say, let me call the realtor, let me have a mansion, let me have this car. So your mind is already active. What you're talking about? No, I have a wrong notion. I said, yes, that is why you are with me. You have a wrong notion about realization is once it is done, so I need not to do anything. You are asking me that your mind is waiting to get the same pleasure which is accumulated in your mind, those past impressions, and you are making me fool. That is why you are not able to succeed in meditation. Now, can I not marry? I said, first think of it. You want realization or you want to marry? Which is the dominant factor? Marriage. I said, first marry and then come back to me. At least your infatuation, your pleasure seeking mind will be exhausted. And it's 5 or 6 months or a year of seeking pleasure. Well, then you start realizing that you have a lot of differences with that girl which you married. It will definitely come because two people are not unique, not the same. Then you will have frustration. When in that moment of frustration, come back to me. Don't fight with your honey. I will take care of you. So don't make a choice between marriage or realization. Realize. Get married. Don't forget about realization. So people have a very wrong idea because of ignorance, because of avidya, kam, karma, AKK is a beautiful acronym. Avidya, ignorance, kam is the binding desire. I have a binding desire, sense of incompleteness. Why the sense of? Because of the impressions already present in the mind. So those impressions, sense of completeness, seeking something outside is veiling, is covering my real self. Unless you have to uncover this, you have to remove the curtain. Then only you have to see it. But your mind is not ready to leave it. You are making a choice, marriage or awakening. So you are making a choice of impurity or awakening. Fall into impurity first. You can purify the mind by falling into impurity. You have to make your hands dirty if you want to wash the wash basin. So once you have cleaned it, and then you wash your hands. That is what we do when we go to the restroom. So make your hands dirty too much, and then you will realize that there is no use. Then you can come to me. So the summary is the body is the result of the karma, and one karma results into another karma because my intellect does not see the futility of these actions caused by the binding desire coming from the ignorance based on the vasana, the past impressions, creates an imagined pain or the pleasures, sorrow and the happiness, victory and defeat, and that builds my ego, and all these covers the real self. Unless they are washed clean, I cannot see the real self at all. Think of it, you opened a good topic. So maintain that state of steadiness and calmness. Even lot of profit, lot of challenges in the life. That is all for today. Thank you.